So sometime earlier, I made a video very much similar to Alan Baker's Stickman videos, where a Stickman sort of interacts with the user and some weird amazing cool things happen. But I gave it a game developer touch where Stickman comes out of the game and messes with the dev. So why are we discussing this? Well, somebody commented.
But can you program a game like this where you play as game dev and then this happens? Would be very THICC.
It has been a while, but I might give this a try. Before starting this video, I would like you to play the game, which by the way link is in the description, but if you want to watch the video first, then no worries, there won't be any major spoilers. So I have an idea of making this a sort of story game where you can kind of operate windows, and I want to keep it as authentic as possible. I mean, you won't be able to tell the difference between this and the real windows. I hope so. And at some point of the game, you would find yourself fighting with a Stickman. Yeah, that's the idea. And as a good game developer, before starting a game, proper planning is needed. So I tried to write a script which I don't know even makes any sense, but is good for sequencing game parts. So I'll take it anyways. Now I said that I wanted to make a replica of Windows, which means I would have to create each and every UI element from scratch. So little bit of grind and hard work here. Wait a minute. So error from the future here, and I just said that little bit of grind, and I absolutely regretted the word saying little because I think we can all agree almost a month is not a little time, or it could be just that I'm very lazy. However, I do realize this by the end of the video, so yeah, I resume. And finally, after that, I created the graphics for UI objects in Photoshop and then exported them to Unity. There I created canvas, panel, all that Unity basic stuff. After that I layouted them accordingly, and currently they are just a bunch of still and dead images. And nowadays operating system focus a lot more on graphical aspects and are very interactive. But why? I mean this is perfect. Yeah, whatever. Probably is the only time I wish these windows were not so interactive, because it means a lot of graphic creation, animation, coding, paint. But anyways, it's time for some UI animation. And I've done a lot of stuff in Mechanim, so it should not be a big of a deal. But let's see if there are some tips on the internet about animating UI.
Don't do it.
Yeah, so apparently animating UI with Mechanim is pretty bonkers. So one alternative for more optimized UI animation is by tweening, which basically means to move between some points or values, like going from A to B in some time, just like LUB or interpolation. And one good asset for tweening is lean tween, so I loaded it into my project, and with the help of tweening and also events trigger, which trigger a function when some UI event is happening, which the name already says that. Hey listen, I'm not a good explainer, but I hope you understood what I meant. And if you don't, well, there are a lot of things we don't understand but we still do them, such as writing IE numerators, yield return, whatever the hell it is, for coroutines. I mean just look at this. That's some matrix level shit. Sorry that got a little sidetracked. So with the help of tweening and events trigger, I finally made the same window interactive behavior, such as this blue overlay when you hover over a desktop icon, the color change of start button, and many other things. And I also added some custom applications which plays an important role in the story, also breaks the reality in case you were fully submerged into these fake windows, you know what I mean. And also it was just easier. Now I have come to a realization that I was a complete idiot to think that I could imitate the whole Windows. I mean, that's a lot of work. So instead I will only make it what is required, and if you try to open the rest of the things, then yes, you get an error. Problem solved like a pro. I'm sure you have understood if you played, or if you have not, then it's integrated into canon story. Yeah, absolutely normal. Nothing sus here. Some things were needed to be made, such as Explorer, Notepad, Windows, and after a very long time the Windows part is done. And this is my first time making a story progression game, so I didn't really know what's a good way to program it. So I just break the whole progression in some sequences or parts and use bunch of coroutines for event delays and all, and hope that it doesn't break apart. And now it's time for the exciting part, which is the Stickman. But before starting that, some music composition would be nice to make that cinematic experience a bit better. So I really didn't know what type of music would fit into this, so I sort of created this almost weird distorted track, kind of reminds me of error sounds. Now for the Stickman sequences, I actually frame animated them in another software and then exported them as a PNG sequence. Then after that I created various levels or sequences, to be called precisely, which I doesn't want to reveal so that you could enjoy the surprise yourself. Also, this type of game can take a lot of time, so the Stick.EXE, yes, that's what I call this game, it's not a big game, but I hope you will enjoy it. After all, now you can run Windows on Mac. Not a real one though. Also, I might be uploading another video explaining the in-game mechanics. Till then, play the game, speedrun the shit out of it, compare your scores, do whatever you want. And this marks the end of the video, so let me know how was the game in the comments. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Have a good day.